Now, China's parliament has voted to abolish the two-term limit for the presidency. The constitutional change, which was passed almost unanimously, could see the current leader, Xi Jinping, rule for life. Our China correspondent, John Sudworth, reports from Beijing.
China's parliament was preparing to hand unlimited power to its president, and there could be no doubting the outcome. Should Xi Jinping be president for life? Yes, she replies, and then adds,
please don't say that it is for life. It is just that there is not a limit for the number of terms.
But whatever you call it, the change means Mr. Xi can rule China for as long as he wants. He was the first to cast his ballot. The applause, further proof of the inevitability of the result. Out of almost 3,000 delegates, only 2 voted against. Passed, the announcer says, and this man's hold on power now becomes both complete and indefinite. The cost of opposition to Mr. Xi's rule can be high. Xu Yan shows me the papers left behind by her husband, a lawyer, Yu Wensheng, who recently wrote an open letter calling for democratic elections. He's now been detained for subversion.
He did everything within the boundaries of the law, yet it's not allowed here. Now, many people are afraid of speaking up.
What's been the effect on you and your 13-year-old son?
My son loves his father. This situation is a huge blow for him.
All public discussion of the constitutional change is being tightly controlled and censored. The two-term limit solved a problem facing all undemocratic authoritarian states. It helped China ensure orderly and regular leadership successions. What's happened here today, then, is highly significant. A choreographed, compliant, rubber-stamped parliament has removed the last limitation on Xi Jinping's power. As the delegates left, they may have glanced at this. Chairman Mao's portrait, a stark reminder of the risks of lifetime rule.
So, John, just tell us, what does this constitutional change mean for ordinary Chinese citizens?
Well, Clive, you can sometimes tell how significant a story is in China by how little coverage it gets, and that is certainly the case in this instance. Communist Party-controlled news sources are giving the constitutional change very scant mention, alongside the massive and heavy censorship of social media. Were China to hold that debate, it would argue, I think, that Xi Jinping is no Chairman Mao, that the country is vastly different today, more sophisticated, more wealthy, and that the public would never tolerate his kind of terror and tyranny. Critics, on the other hand, of course, would point out that this is now the world's second largest economy. Government decisions are highly complex, and the concentration of power on this scale in the hands of just one man is fraught with danger, both for the country and for him.
John, thank you. John Sudworth there, live in Beijing.